Welcome everyone. Today we're going to learn how to use Canva Pro and make a flyer on your desktop. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is log on to your favorite web browser and search up Canva. Once you do that, you're either going to log in or create an account. After that, you'll be able to see this home page that I'm looking at right here. Now that we're here, we're going to go to the top left-hand corner and click the button that says Create a Design. It's a purple box. Once we do that, we'll be able to go to a Create a Design page, and in the search bar, we're going to search for Flyer. We are going to see a few different options, but we're going to choose Flyer Portrait. You can use any of them, but for today, we're just going to use the portrait. The first thing we're going to add on our blank canvas here is text. So you're going to go to the panel on your left-hand side and choose text. You're going to choose the style Add a Heading. It's going to go to the center of your screen, and you're going to move it up. When you do this, you're going to see these magenta lines. This will help you keep centered so that everything looks good and cohesive on the page. Once you get to where you like, double tap the text and you're going to change it to ice cream flavors. Now we're going to go back to that left-hand side and we're going to add a little bit of a text element. So we're going to go over to Elements, and in that search bar, we're going to look up Box. Once we do that, we're going to scroll down to see Graphics and hit See All. Now you can choose any kind of box that you want here. It's going to add text to it, so any color, but I'm going to choose this pretty purple one and put it on my screen. Like I said, look out for those magenta lines so that you're in the center, and then we're also going to expand it by clicking these circles in the corner of the box, and then we're going to drag it out. When we do that, we'll have something like this, and make sure it's in those magenta boxes, so I'm just reshaping here so that it looks good. And then we're going to duplicate. You're going to click those two pages with the plus sign right above where the panel bar showed up, and you're going to duplicate so that we have 5 of these. Now that we have that, we're going to add text to these boxes. So we're going to go back to that text panel, and we're going to do something smaller than a header but bigger than a body of text. So we're going to choose the subheading. We're going to add that into our center of our box and drag it up, and then we're going to duplicate this. We can either duplicate it like I showed you before, or you can go back over and choose Add a Subheading. Just make sure that they're all in the center and they all look good, and then we can move on from there. Now you're going to get to name each of these into an ice cream flavor. Pick 5 of your favorites. Whatever they are, they don't have to be the same as mine. Just choose your top 5. Now we're going to change the color of the box if you wish. So you're going to click on the box and the panel at the top with the circle and the color. You're going to choose that, and you're going to go and pick any color that you want. I'm going to choose this pink here just because I like it. And then you can also change the background of your flyer. So you can do these kind of gradients that I'm about to show you, or you could do a solid color like this blue. I'm going to stick with white for this flyer, but you can do whatever you want. You can change the color of text by double clicking the box and then going to the text with the color under it. I'm going to change it to pink just to match my boxes, and then we're going to add some design. So we're going to go back to the elements on our left-hand side and search up ice cream. So we're going to go to the graphics and hit See All. They give you a lot of different options. I'm going to start with these corner pieces. You don't have to do this, but I like the look of a border around mine just to give it a little bit more of a pizzazz. I'm going to drag both of these out, but I'm going to have to resize one of them just to play around with it. Like I said, this is your flyer. I'm just giving you inspiration, so do whatever you think looks best. But I'm going to play around with these for a minute and make it so that they look a little bit more cohesive. Now I'm going to drag out this middle piece just so that I can connect the 2 corner pieces just so it looks a little bit more cohesive. And then I'm also going to drag down my title here so that there's a little bit more room and it looks a little bit nicer. Now that I did that, I'm going to look for different things to add to my flyer so that it's not just a plain background with words. So the first thing I'm going to do is this little ice cream cone, and you can tilt it by using those circles in the corner. You'll see the arrows that are kind of rounded, and you'll just twist those until you have it kind of as you wish. And then as you can see, there's not much space because it's straight up and down. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our mouse to drag out and select everything we want to move just to make it easier on us. And we're going to drag them out to the left and to the right every other one so that they're kind of staggered. And you're going to do this with all of them. Like I said, use those magenta lines. They're your friend. Now we're going to move this ice cream cone up right in between there. I'm gonna add a cherry on the screen as well, just because I love ice cream with cherries. And finally, I'm gonna add a bowl of ice cream just to add a little bit more, and plus I can have it layered on top of one of those boxes. That concludes our flyer for the day. Although these are some simple techniques, you can build off of them, so I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.